All right. Thank you very much, Nikki, for taking time. I know you have a very, very busy schedule, but again, it's an honor to have you here. Okay, but next, Brian, how do you introduce this guy?
The
We
Joker.
we call him Mr. Choppy
Joker.
because even with a good signal, his words are choppy. We call him Ivan
Oh
Saldahin.
my gosh. Yes. Good evening to everyone again. It's my fourth Zoom call today.
Oh,
Total, so yes, it's
so
fun.
So what?
What? I'm just saying, I've been on Zoom since 11 a.m.
All right, all right,
okay.
whatever, man.
Can you please can you please hurry it up?
Yeah, okay. Let's get to the
I'm good. I'm
show.
good. I'm good.
Let's get to the show. First guest that we have here. It is the second time that we are going to be interviewing this PBA draft prospect. Please, warm welcome to Troy Reich.
Good evening. Good evening. Thank you guys for having me. It's good to be back.
And we also have Josh Torralba as well with us. Josh, how are you?
How's it going, everyone? Thanks for having me as well. And yeah, doing well.
And we will have Franky Johnson coming in just a few minutes here in Sports on Air. But without further ado, let's start the questions right here. Okay, guys, Troy. Okay, the last time we talked, you were in Chooks to go. Okay,
Yes.
this is the draft already. I think, um, if I recall, you were just like, okay, taking it slow in Chooks. You were focused there, but now your focus is shifted to the PBA draft. How does it feel that it's just days away?
It's crazy. It really hasn't felt real. Like I felt like something the PBA was like so distant, so far away. And until now, like people have been saying, like it's only a couple days away. I mean, I've been working really hard, that's for sure, this whole time, even when I was with Chooks, just getting better as a basketball player. But it's starting to become real now. I think I got a text today actually saying they were like sending the draft hats to the apartment. And I was like, oh my God, like this is really happening. So it's crazy. I'm excited to see what happens, and I'm just excited to get started.
Okay, how about you, Josh?
Same thing like Troy said. It's something I think every Filipino, I guess, coming from America, I mean, this is probably the end goal of, I guess, Filipino basketball for them, right? And for most, and that's definitely mine. And I'm just blessed for this opportunity, and yeah, it's pretty much surreal right now.
All right, first questions, batch of questions. We gave it to the Godfather, Brian Yalom.
Oh, well, I don't know. I think I asked Troy everything already. How many times have we talked? Um. Well, are there any expectations on your end in the coming days, or how are you conditioning yourself aside from? Well, I know you're nervous. You said you were nervous, but how many days? It's only 4 days to go, right? So what's going on in your mind right now?
For me,
Yep.
yeah. So I mean, to be honest, like I don't know how to say it, but I actually don't really feel nervous. I feel like at
Okay.
this point, like whatever is gonna happen is gonna happen. That's really how I feel about it. And this whole time I've been honest too, I don't have like a preferred team. I really don't. So whatever opportunity I get into, I'll be fine and ecstatic with. So I'm just gonna get in there and work hard. And in terms of what I've been doing lately, I worked really hard at home. I really did, but it's still, no matter what, every time I come over here, I don't know if Josh has felt the same thing, but it's an adjustment, like with the heat and the jet lag and all that kind of stuff. So I think that work has been put in already, but like I just want to make sure I'm sharp going into, maybe I'll get some workouts in these couple of days, or even just for practice. I want to make sure I'm ready to go.
Were there any things that you tried to work on for the past months?
Yeah, I've really this whole quarantine, it's been tough, even just to get gym access. You know what I mean? Even like with people I have connections with, or like my school wants to help me out, but they literally have like inspectors coming through, so they can't just open up the gym. So it's been tough to work on the basketball skills. I've definitely been doing that, but I've just kind of tried to look on the bright side, and especially because it's something I think I need to work on, just work on my body, get faster, get quicker, get stronger. So had to be a little bit creative, but I've been trying to make the best out of the opportunity.
How about you, Josh?
For me, I think just like like Troy said towards the end, I think I've been really focusing on my body, because for those that don't know, I was in a Makati Super Crunch in the MPBL last year around this time. Like we were pretty much in the finals for the playoffs, and it got postponed, and I was just stuck here in the same condo that I'm at right now, right? And with that, I was just playing Warzone, watching Netflix.
Call of Duty Warzone, man, dude. We should get together, bro.
Hey, after this. Yeah, I'm just ordering food. Just I couldn't do too much, and I had 6 p.m. Curfew.
Mhm.
So I mean, I gained a lot of weight before I left back to the States, which was like maybe 4 months after quarantine started here. And I've been there for like 11 months. And I think that's what I was just focusing on more on my physical aspect. I lost about maybe like 48 pounds of unwanted weight that I needed, But other than that, I mean, I'm just ready to step into this new chapter of my career, and it's not much nervous or that anxious, but it's just more of let's just get started, right? And we just want to play basketball, the game that we love.
Okay, Josh, you got to admit to me that you improve your ranking in the Call of Duty Warzone during the quarantine, because yeah, dude, I was kicking ass online.
I'm not that good, man. I just like playing for the camaraderie.
Okay. I tried riding the Jeep, getting a good batch of kids with me so they could protect me and stuff like that. It's life, bro. It gave me
Yeah.
life outside of this house. Okay, bro, Nikki, you have a question that you can throw to these young
Yeah.
gentlemen out here.
Yeah, of course, for Troy and Josh, who are actually the PBA players that you look up to, since of course you're also aiming to bag a PBA slot. So let's start with Josh this time.
Yeah, the player that I looked up to even since I was young, it has to be JJ Hiltzbrand. I was fortunate enough to play against him in the NPBL, and
Yeah.
we were able to talk. We were talking to each other throughout the whole game, and we were able to exchange Instagrams, and we always just small talk, and I just love his game. I remember I was watching his games from the rafters in Araneta Coliseum, and once when I was at LaSalle, since Boss Dunding, rest in peace, Boss Dunding, he would take us to the games, right, San Miguel or Ginebra games, and I was able to meet JJ. So it was just one of those feelings like, man, if he can do it, he gives me hope. So shout out to Kuya JJ.
All right, thank you, Josh. How about you, Troy?
Yeah, for me, the two I have two, if it's okay. So the first
Yeah,
one
sure.
would
Go ahead.
the first one would be Gabe Norwood, because he was one of the first people I met when I got to the Philippines. We live in the same area, and he's just how he carries himself on and off the court. He also, when I first got out here, I've told him, I was like, I'm sure I was so annoying, man. I had so many questions. I was just talking. I didn't know anything. And he was, everyone who knows him knows he's one of the nicest guys out there. So definitely look up to him and all he's accomplished, especially for the country. And then this one is kind of a cheat because he's retired, but Coach Danny I, who I got to spend some time with at NU, just the type of player he is, the success he's had, and also just like even in that short time, how much I was able to learn from him. Definitely look up to him as a big.
All right, thank you, Troy. Yes, Sir Ernest.
Okay, but Gabe, he's like the grandfather of everyone right now.
Yeah.
And the PBA, especially in Gilas, we call him a grandfather Gabe. because he's like the, the most senior there as well. Okay, but still classy guy. A great
100%.
a great person to look up to on and off the court. But I wish we don't give this guy a chance to ask a question. But Ivan, go ahead.
Go ahead, Ivan.
Really? Okay. Anyways, my question is, since Nikki already mentioned the guys that you look up to, how about the players that you want to face up from the PBA? Like, I want to beat this guy. Who are they? Who are they? Let's
More
start
of
with Josh.
players that
Matchup.
would be a challenging matchup for you guys. And,
Yeah.
that would make you like review their game before review some tapes
Like,
about
you would
them.
really prepare for this player.
Josh, you
Yes.
go first.
Right. Josh, you're up.
Let me see. Honestly, I mean, I don't watch too much PBA basketball as much as I should, right? But there's like people or some teammates I used to play with that I love playing against, and that's like Kiefer and Vaughn. You know, playing in La Salle against Ateneo, that rivalry is just something else. And what more if you can bring it to the PBA? So I would definitely like, going up against Kiefer, or any other, stud on any team. I consider myself a defensive guy, so that's always the task that's given to me. So, I mean, you can name all the names you want, I guess, on any team. I guess I think I'll probably be the guy guarding the best guy on that team.
Okay, Troy.
Yeah, for me, I mean, and I got to get this disclaimer out there. It is a tall task, and like it's going to be a challenge, but that's why I'm naming it. I think everyone knows as a big that guy would be Junmar, and I got like a little glimpse of it, like guarding him when I first came out here, just in like a practice situation. But I'm sure in a game, it'd be a whole different beast. So that's, I mean, like I said, it'd be a tough challenge, but I think like to aspire to, I think that's definitely the guy.
You have any microscopic experience, like what is it like to like put your hand on Junmar or back him out from getting into the paint? How heavy is the guy?
Yeah, he's just a big guy. And the crazy thing that separates him though is his footwork is good. Like the spins, you know what I mean? Like he's big, but the way he's able to maneuver his body and everything, it's a challenge because you can't really move him. And then if you try to put your body on him, he can just kind of spin off you. So I think almost everyone in the league is still trying to figure out how to guard that guy. So it's going to be tough, but like I said, something to aspire to.
Okay, my question right now. Okay, Josh, you had a first-hand experience of how Filipinos love the game of basketball through the Ateneo and
La Salle.
LaSalle rivalry, and of course,
Rivalry. Yeah.
when you travel with the MPBL. Okay, so what is it like? I mean, getting that firsthand of the love that Filipinos have for the game.
Yeah. You're referring to MPBL, right?
MPBL and
UAP. Yeah.
Yeah. I think firsthand, man, it's just as soon as you enter the court, you feel this ambiance, this atmosphere, right? It's like it's this thick atmosphere where it's just like puso, right? Like you just feel the heart beating out of everybody on the court, even though they're not playing, right? From the little kids out in the streets trying to say, "Idol, get me in the game," right? Or put me in the game, or let me watch the game. To little things like that, I think that's what defines like Filipino basketball, or like the heart, right? Just small things. I think people misinterpret as far as like they always look at the neon things of I think life or whatever, but I think it's just small things like that you should appreciate. And it's just little things like that, like little kids, going around, passing the ball, getting on the court when they shouldn't be, getting running after by a security guard, like, hey, get out the game. But MPBL, it's pretty crazy because it's barangay pretty much, representing what city to city. And
that is a true Filipino basketball that you're getting.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just like
like a festival in every city that you go to.
Yeah.
True.
So it's great. It was a great moment and great feeling to experience.
Okay, Troy, I'm sure Okay, the first time that I got to read about Troy, um, it was in a good light, in a bad situation. But Troy, you were there when the Gilas and the Australia broke out, and one thing that I admired from you is you protected one of the Australian players. Okay, so run us through what happened uh, to seeing the Gilas Pilipinas atmosphere in a Philippine arena, and of course, you know, a classy gentleman act. To be honest, I really admired what you did there, and run us through that experience in Gilas, and as well as, of course, a good heroic deed that you did as well.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm being honest, like at this point, like telling this story, I'm tired of hearing myself talk about it. So I'm sure other people are tired too. So I'll kind of just stick more to the overall Gilas experience. I think everyone kind of knows what happened with that, and
Yeah.
it was what it was. But I would say just being a part of like the Gilas experience, that was my dream. Like growing up, like that's why I came to the country. Like nothing meant more to me. So like I said, getting to meet guys like Gabe and Junmar when I first got out here, like I can't imagine. I was so blessed to have that experience and even get to, and make some friends with the cadets and everything when I first got out here. So I will always be so thankful for that experience. And it was like an honor and a blessing to even be a part of that in a small way. So looking back now and also knowing more about the landscape and all these kind of things and knowing more like, oh my God, like all these people, it's even cooler looking back at it.
Okay, Ivan, we're giving you
Just
the
a quick
time right now.
follow-up
You just don't spoil it,
The
man.
floor is
follow-up to Josh, because you mentioned earlier that you're more of a defensive guy. But we all know that, okay, not that many know that you started your career here as an AAC general in Aguinaldo College, and you were among the go-to guys. I believe you were among the team that almost made the final four that time. So, and you're like more than offense. So why did you say, what made the shift from being a go-to guy in offense to more of a defensive guy?
Um, I guess it was depending on the system, right? And when I was my freshman year in college, Coach Jerry just gave me Coach Jerry Esplana gave me the green light, right? Sige na lang, kang bahala, right? So I was like, all right, cool. But as I went to LaSalle, um, you know, someone has to play that role, right? Someone has to, fit that role and that whatever puzzle that needs to be placed. If you think about it, I had Jason Perkins on the 4, Thomas Torres at the point, Jaron at the 3, Muyang at the 5, I think, or Prince, and you had me on the wing. So, I just knew what I could give to the team, and I was willing to sacrifice myself for the sake of the team. And but that, let alone, it doesn't mean that that's how I was my whole life, or like you said, that's how I wasn't in AAC. So I guess that just shows, I guess, my versatility, and whoever team picks me, it's just whatever role they need, I got you, right? I'll do whatever the team needs.
Okay, Ivan, you want to ask Troy the same question or what?
I don't know, a different one for Toy, and actually both for both players actually, since Josh already mentioned being selected, you were projected among those to be picked early. So is there some sort of a pressure that there you might be selected early into the draft? Let's start with Toy.
Is there pressure of being selected potentially early? No, not really. I mean, I feel like I want to, whatever team picks me, I want to make them proud. Everyone, of course, everyone aspires to be like the number 1 or number 2 overall pick. But I feel like at that point, obviously that'd be a blessing. I think at that point you kind of have that pressure and those expectations. But my understanding right now is that's not going to be the case with my draft experience, which is totally fine. So after that, I think, I don't know. I haven't seen. I think once you get to that point, I don't think the expectations maybe aren't the same. So I think also no one has higher expectations than I do of myself as well, and I truly feel that way. So if there's one thing I've learned in my experience, if you get caught up in the expectations or what people think of you, like it's just a losing battle. So for me, I think I've had a lot of success with just my progression of just like, let me just be the best basketball player I can be. And that's been my mindset. And I'm just going to continue that in the PBA.
Okay. Josh, you're up.
Yeah, can you repeat the question? Sorry about that.
Okay. Because you were among those who might be selected early in the draft, like you say, at least the first 2 rounds. So is there some sort of a pressure because the first 2 rounds mean you might get a sure contract?
No, I honestly don't think there's any pressure. I mean, just it's different. Like if I'm like projected like top 5, top 3, or more in the early rounds. But I mean, my road to this moment. I've been through a lot, and I think I've experienced a lot of pressure-filled moments. That this like being in a draft isn't as stressful as what I've been through. And like I said before, it's just me stepping into this or throwing my name in here, and whoever would like to pick me, I'll be grateful for that opportunity. And whatever they hire me for, I'll be willing to do whatever task I need to do.
Okay, Brian, do you want to ask a question right now, Brian?
Ivan is on a roll. I'm letting him ask the questions.
Later.
Before
I want to ask something. Yeah.
Oh,
before Nikki, the Coach Nash Rosella is watching right now.
Coach
So,
Nash, hello.
yeah. I'll ask a question to Joshua and Troy. Excuse me. It's the same question I actually asked earlier with our guests here. How important or how vital is not having the draft combine for you guys? I mean, if it matters, does it? I mean, Troy, we've seen Troy, but I think I direct this to Josh. Do you think it makes a big difference that you didn't go through the draft combine?
Yeah, I definitely believe in that. But to a certain extent, I understand that basketball is the business, right? PBA is a business, and I think coaches really invested in what they they really research on what they want to invest in.
Mm-hmm.
But in case of my situation, I haven't. I've been out of the Filipino basketball market in a while since only last year in PBL, since I was playing in LaSalle for a couple of years ago. In my case, I think it would definitely be a boost for me, just to show that if they saw me in NCAA, it's a different guy. If they saw me in LaSalle, it's a different guy. If they saw me in PBL, that's more of what I could bring. But also, there's something more. It's different when I believe when a coach sees you in person, right? So just being able to have a opportunity to do draft workouts, stuff like that. But right now, I still gotta do quarantine, so that's kind of not in my favor, right? With teams inviting me right now, so I kind of have to kindly just turn some down, because I gotta do quarantine again. Right, so it's tough, but in my position, I think it'll definitely help me out.
How about you, Troy?
Yeah, I mean, kind of like you mentioned, I was actually talking about this with some of the Chooks guys. Like we we're talking about workouts and everything, and we're like, we played like 2 months ago. You know what I mean? Like we've had that benefit of playing more recently than almost like anyone in the country, really.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it could be a benefit, but for me, like I said, I've been happy with the progress I've made, and if people have like watched recently, I'm proud of what I've put out there. So all that film is out there. I don't pretend to be an expert on the PBA draft process or anything, but like I said, all I can control is what I can control. So if there's a combine, there's not a draft combine, hey, I'm going to show up and give it my best shot and see what happens.
All right.
Okay, actually, Coach Nash just said hi to our draftees. All the best. And I think Blackwater will be picking 14th and 15th pick. So
Ooh.
yeah, you guys might, if you slip down by 14 to 15, yeah, Coach Nash might actually get you guys. But anyway, Nikki, you have a question?
Yeah, right. Because despite the fact that the draft will be online, I think on Sunday, I'm sure all of you are still really busy preparing for it. So whenever you're stressed with your preparations for the draft, what do you usually do to unwind and to relax a bit? So I think let's start off with Troy.
You guys don't have to be that quiet. It's fine. It's really okay. No, it's okay. It's okay. Go ahead.
But since Troy is busy right now,
Oh, sorry. No, I'm good, guys. That was the intro to my answer.
Okay.
What have I been doing to keep myself busy here? This is actually a good time to plug. I've been investing in doing a lot of sports card collecting. That's been my little
There you go.
little hobby. Doing a little YouTube with that. So that's been what I've been doing to keep myself occupied. Getting kind of when I'm not doing basketball training.
Right. How about Josh?
Troy and I are gonna negotiate on my Tim Duncan rookie card after this. So, Josh.
To me, to keep me sane, I really believe in my faith, right? So when I have a lot of time in the whole world now, right, to listen to podcasts, sermons, and I like to communicate with my friends in my connect group, and then just keep me sane. But yeah, I wish I was in a card game like Troy, but maybe in the future.
And the reason why I asked it because I saw Josh's live, I think a few days ago, and I don't know if you're singing, if you're if you're playing an instrument. What is that really?
What was I doing? Was that a couple of days ago?
I don't know if you're singing or like you're playing an instrument. I don't really know.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was playing my friend's YouTube videos.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I thought you were singing.
bored. No, I was just bored. Like, I got my test, and then they're telling me I have to wait the following day. So I was like, man, I thought I could leave right away, but so I was like, I'm gonna go online, and I was gonna be on live, just communicate with some people.
All
But,
right.
yeah, nothing too serious.
Okay. Thank you, Josh. All right. Ivan, do you have any more questions?
I want to ask Troy first. Troy,
Okay.
what is your most prized possession in your card collection?
Oh, what is my? This is fun. This is a great interview. I get to talk about my cards. I'm sure what everyone wants to hear from me. What is my most prized possession? I would say I have a Lionel Messi rookie card. He's a soccer player, one of the best in the world. And then I also I'm in the process right now of adding one of like the top LeBron ones, and I'm really excited to get that one. So those are my two prized possessions right now.
You care to tell us how much are you targeting that the price LeBron card?
Yeah.
I mean, how many basketball games do you have to play to get that?
Yeah. Well, yeah, the LeBron is 1 million, so it's crazy.
Ooh,
like
what's
what's
expensive,
dude?
Yeah, it's insane what's happened with these. Like it's happening with everything, and it may sound crazy to hear that about cards, but like comic books. I don't know, Josh, maybe remember Sports Illustrated for kids growing up. They had like little cards in there, like rip out ones, going for like $10,000. So like, and I'm sure we talked about it a little bit before. NBA Top Shot is like this trendy new thing. Like everyone's getting into collecting. I think maybe it's just all we're a little bored during quarantine, but it's definitely like the new thing that's going on.
Yeah, so yeah, I have my own set of cards right here, and Boy is gonna try to buy this one from me.
Yeah.
Ooh, who's that?
This
Tim Duncan, the goat,
rookie card, bro. So
yeah, we're gonna work out a deal. All right, we'll have to stay on after this so we can work something out.
Yeah. Let's find something. I mean, dude, I was keeping this since
You
Since
told
I
me
was-
you told me you were gonna give me a PBA draft gift too. So I mean that's fine with me as well. Just throw that Kobe in there as well. This is a big moment for me. I feel like I deserve it, honestly.
I wouldn't be surprised if I see your names on TMZ one of these days.
Yeah, well, yeah. The Kobe right here. I don't know. It's yeah. I don't know how much this is. This is a.
I mean,
Kobe,
anything Kobe right now, honestly, like that's, you know what I mean? That's
yeah,
especially from a collecting perspective. You can't go wrong with Kobe.
yeah, dude. I even have like an Eddie Jones rookie card here in
Yeah.
Kevin Garnett. So yeah, we will cut a deal very soon.
Yeah. I apologize for turning it into the sports card hour.
Dude, I will wait for the announcement of how much are you gonna earn in the PBA. Then I'll negotiate after that.
Okay, we can call it like 1% or something. We'll set aside for that.
All right. Okay. Okay, Brian, you have a question?
No, maybe Gerard is here. Maybe
Okay,
throw new
Gerard.
questions.
George Arce from Bulgar is here. He's gonna put this on the newspaper as well. Gerard, take it away. And he froze. and he froze. Okay, Ivan, it's your turn.
Okay, I'm curious about Troy's Leo Messi card. How much did you buy that card?
There you go.
I actually, to be honest, like I do apologize because like I don't, but since you're like, it's just crazy what's going on. And like, to be honest, most of the money has been like building up. Like I don't have this kind of stuff. I started out investing maybe like $1,000 or something, and the market has gotten so hot. I got really lucky with like Top Shot. Honestly, this is a lot of my Top Shot money, but that Messi is 1.5 mil. So it's insane what cards are going for nowadays.
Yeah. Okay, Ivan. Yeah, we have
Yeah,
more,
another
we
one.
have more sensible questions out there.
Please.
All right, let's go back to basketball.
Yeah, back to
Because you
basketball.
mentioned-
Sorry,
Yeah,
guys.
thank you, Ivan.
Just curious. Wait, let's go back to basketball because we are like speaking of Team Duncan, because we all know you are also from Wake Forest, and we're talking about Team Duncan, Chris Paul. So do you think it's more about? Do you think
Well,
this is the fact that you're a part of a
Saying
An
that,
US
Ivan, it
NCAA
increases
Division
my
One
bargaining
powerhouse.
chip right now for Troy. Saying that he's from Wake Forest as well. My Tim Duncan card is
yes,
a Wake Forest alumnus.
yes.
So that increases my bargaining chip right now for Troy. But anyway, Troy, you may want to answer that.
All right,
Yeah, I'm
I'm
sorry.
not done. So do you think? So since
go
you're
ahead.
a Wake Forest alumnus, do you think would the fact that you were a part of a US NCAA Division One powerhouse put you at an advantage entering the drafts, because that is a resume, good portfolio.
Yeah, I mean, I've talked about it a little bit before. Like, I think that has benefited me and also harmed me at times. I've playing at that level. I got used to being a complementary player with guys who are like there were NBA players, and being able to at least survive at that level. So I think that's always been one of the things that's going to serve me well as I move on to playing against, once again, imports, these top level guys. It's kind of familiar ground for me. So while maybe, at Wake, I wasn't used to having the ball in my hands, that's for sure. And I think that's maybe something that I'm not going to say harm my game, but you know what I'm trying to say. So but I do think playing there will definitely ease my transition.
Okay, Nikki, you want to throw in again another question? But
Yeah, that's enough questions for me. I think we'll move on.
dude, I'm quite distracted with the cards thing. But
Yeah. We'll talk after. If anyone has any more card
Josh,
questions,
we're
we
gonna
can talk
team up.
afterwards.
we're gonna
Yeah.
team up with a few teenagers. How good kids can be on Call of Duty. Okay.
Yeah.
When I'm just parachuting from the airplane, they started barraging me with a lot of bullets. I mean, dude, come on, give me a break. Let me land first. Okay, but anyway, okay, I will ask you right now, if you are in a team interview right now. what would you say to this team? Okay, to this team owner, to this team manager or governor, what can you contribute to the team if we draft you? Okay, so it's that. It's just like a job interview. What can you contribute to the team if this certain team drafts you? Okay, Josh, what will you say?
I'll definitely will be the bridge. I'll bridge the gap. That's whatever that's in the team as far as doing the small things. Doing the small things. I know a lot of teams are they're star-studded, right?
When I first got out
That's
here.
a role that someone needs to play, and I think I can definitely do that. Whether it be 3-and-D, playing the deep defense against the best guy, or from the smallest aspects of the game, I think I can really be a bridge towards any gap on any team. And with I guess the fuel that I have, the reason why I'm playing, or with my journey, you know, I'm not playing for anybody else. This is truly for me a kind of a redemption for the years that I kind of delayed in my playing years of playing, you know, an RP, a national team when I was in high school, coming back, EAC, LaSalle, and PBL, right? But if I get in a team, I'm here to stay, right? And I think I have so much to show, right? I've only showed glimpses and throughout the leagues. I think I played in majority of all the leagues in the Philippines, right? But just glimpses. But I think if a team gives me an opportunity, I'll definitely get the best out of me, and I won't hold anything back.
Okay, thank you very much, Josh. Again, in our social media, Ricky Manligis says hello, good evening, hello as well. And Nikki, you have a big fan right here, literal. JP Aram says,
Sabi niya,
just tag your name here. So Poy Aram is also watching. Maybe one of his
Tapoy.
future teammates will be one of these guys. Okay, Troy, how about you? What can you contribute to a team?
Yeah, I mean, I like to think I bring a unique skill set at 6'8", being able to play the 5, but also being able to play the 4, and you know, being in situations where I can, you know, put my teammates in positions to score, do the little things, being able to stretch the floor, really having that skill set, whatever you need for me. If you need me to do the little things, rebound, play hard, play tough, complement other players, I feel like I'm able to really slot in to whatever the team needs and perform at a high level. So I think if I was pitching to a coach who was asking me, why should I draft you, I would say, I really think whatever you need from a big, I can provide that. So that's what I would say.
Okay. How about you, Ivan? You have a question as well? Wala na. Upos na si Ivan.
Ako naman.
Wait,
Okay,
I forgot. Wait.
Ayaw magtanong ni Ivan eh.
Anyway,
I forgot my question.
I have a question for. Well, here's a question. It was asked earlier also. I know you guys don't have a preference of which team you like, but if given, just in case, who among the coaches right now in the PBA do you think can make you better, and why? Maybe let's start off with Josh.
Ooh. Let me see. That's a great question.
Mhm.
Very great question. I think you said any coach, right?
Yep, any coach.
Any coach. I think Coach Tim Cone to be, because he had what he's experienced and what he's accomplished, right?
Mhm.
It's it's you want to learn from the people that have gone the way or have paved the way, right? And as a student of the game, what more if you can get the best education or or best knowledge from the one who has backed it up.
Mhm.
So I think Tim Cone would be a coach that I would choose.
All right. How about you, Troy?
That's a good question. To be honest, I'm actually not too familiar with all the coaches and their exact styles. So I guess just purely on their like what they've accomplished as players, I guess, coach Norman and then coach Danny I would be the two who stand out to me as just as bigs as well. Those are the names people always say, like, play like this guy or learn from this guy. So to be honest, it's mainly just from what I've told, but that'd be cool to learn from people like them.
All right.
Okay, Ivan, it's your chance right now. And he mental blocked again.
Again. He was supposed to ask. Oh my gosh. Go ahead, Ernest.
What else?
I forgot my question again. Oh my gosh.
Nikki, you have more questions that you want to throw in here? You're good?
I'm good. I'm good.
And
Ivan, you can do it.
Ako na lang uli.
okay, game.
Okay, we covered the coach. For example, if you were given a choice, who among the players now do you think can mentor you? There are players who they reach that certain age when they mentor younger players, all right? So if you had a choice, who would you want to mentor you to get better as you embark in your PBA career? Josh, you again?
Yeah, I think I can. I think like a Gabe Norwood, or like a James Yap, right? I think specifically a Gabe, because we are both the lambs, right? We both can relate, right? But also for what he's experienced and what he has done, in his position, we're kind of the same position, but he's a couple of inches taller than me, but I'm pretty much a guard. He's a guard, wing, forward, and to be able to learn from him, not only about basketball but also off the court, right? But other than that, I really believe he'd be my choice, Gabe Norwood.
All right, thanks, Josh. How about you, Troy?
Yeah, to be honest, I don't really have one specific person. I think if I've learned anything too throughout my basketball career is you can learn something from everyone.
Okay.
So I think especially the PBA is kind of a different game.
Mhm.
It's, I've been out here for a while. I feel like I've learned the Filipino style of play, but I still think I have more to learn. So I really like whatever bigs I get around, and even, guards, I'm sure I have something to teach me as well. I'm just going to try to soak up as much knowledge as I can.
All right. Ernest?
Okay, there's a question here in social media. From Ricky Manriguez. Who are the veteran PBA players that you are excited to be playing with and why? Okay. Troy, since you know more veterans here in the Philippines and you've been here for quite some time, who are the veteran PBA players that you're excited to be playing with and why?
That's a tough one. I actually haven't thought about that. I
Maybe
think
it's
there's a lot of
getting
sorry.
mentored one-on-one. I mean, get on a team setting, getting mentored by them every day.
Yeah, I mean, I'll answer the original question. I think there's a lot of really talented scorers in the league, like Stanley Pringle, Matthew Wright, a lot of these different guys. So that'd be cool just to be on the same team with those guys and see what they can do, because I haven't had the chance to really be and like see them up close and personal and just to see what they can do. I think that'd be really cool. I'm not sure exactly how the draft order works out and all that kind of things, but just off the top of my head, I guess those are two guys who spring to mind.
Okay, Josh, how about you? You have any veterans that you maybe would like to look up to and maybe
Yeah, I think
to pick their brain?
yeah, there's a bunch of guys. I think Chris Ross would be a good guy to learn from. I know his like he went from his position now where he's at, right, to from he started from the bottom and just worked his way up from different teams, and he continued, and he's also from Texas too. He's from San Antonio, so we probably had that good connection, and we're just able to learn more. right? It'd be more comfortable for me to learn from another Texan. That'd be cool.
Okay, so with that, any more question, guys, before we end this program? Ivan, did you remember your
Finally.
question already?
Yeah, finally, I can remember now. Okay, since so you're about to enter the draft on Sunday, what is one thing that you want to work on, or I mean, to improve on, so that you can have a prolonged stay in the PBA? Joshua,
Can you say that again? We're kind of choppy. I'm sorry.
okay, what is?
That is why we call it Mr. Choppy.
Oh my gosh, I mean, what is one thing that you want to improve on entering the PBA, so that you can have a prolonged stay in the league?
I think above, my mental aspect, my mental strengths, or I guess my ability. I think, for basketball wise, I think my shooting, if I continue to emphasize on my shooting and, if I can amplify that part of my game, right? Even though, that's my position. I'm a shooter and a defender, right? If I can really maximize it, I can really be an asset to any team, right? So I think that's what will help me prolong my game in the PBA.
All right, Troy, you're up.
Yeah, for me, I feel pretty confident in my ability right now to stretch the floor and maybe play some time at the four and do that. But I do want to, especially defense. I think offensively, I'm getting close to being there as well. But defensively, as a five, that's something I want to work on. I think a big part of that is bulking up and working on my body and gaining experience. But that's something I'm really trying to work towards, because I think I can do it and I've made good progress. But I really, as a defensive five, I want to be able to be really solid there.
Okay. Okay. Ivan, thank you so much, Ivan. But anyway, since we already reached an hour, and I hope we get to do this again, maybe after some teams select you guys, we can have you guys as well interview you post draft here in the program as well. But we give the floor now. I mean, if Josh, you may have some final statements. You have people to greet. Now is the time, because Filipinos love to greet, love to make pahapi.
I think for a general, for everyone that's watching, man, if you have a dream, right? The only person that can stop it is yourself, right? And you owe yourself at least the pursuit, right? And this is my story, and this is me pursuing my dreams, despite what people may say, or your naysayers. But always believe in yourself and continue to strive to what you want to become in life. And shout out to my mom, my dad, my brother, my sister-in-law, Esther, AB in Dallas, my tita Alona in Canada, and everyone in the Valley, McAllen, Texas. Love you guys, and yeah, thank you for watching.
Okay, how about you, Troy?
Yeah, I mean, I guess if the floor is mine here, I feel like I actually haven't had a good chance, but I want to take this time to thank everyone who's been a part of my journey here in the Philippines, actually. From Gilas, Gilas Cadets giving me my first chance, Coach Schott, all them, thank you. To Coach Eric and Anton, who were one of the first people who recruited me to the Philippines. Shout out to them. To my entire NU community and family, Coach Mike, all those guys, and then to Chooks for being a huge part of my last 2 years and a great experience here in the Philippines. Just everyone who's got me to this point, because it was a team effort, helping get me towards my dream. So thank you to every single person who was a part of this journey, because I'm so thankful for them, and I wouldn't be here without them. And then obviously, my family, and then my fans, anyone who supported me, it means the world. And for my family and for you, I'm gonna just give it my all and hope to make you proud here in my next step.
All right, thank you very much, guys, for taking time with us. Anyway, Frankie Johnson said that we have to do this again. So we will have him like on Friday. Well, we will have maybe Melencio and Jerry Pingoy with him as well. But so, but anyway, thank you so much, guys. And I'll give the floor now to my co-host to say their final statements. Let's start with the lady in the house, Nikki Viola. And kanina ka pa kinukulit di po sa ano ba?
Nako. But anyway, Sir Ernest, Sir Brian, Sir Ivan, and of course Josh and Troy. Troy, nice to meet you here in the show. Josh, nice to see you here again. And of course, to everyone who's watching tonight's episode, thank you so much for having me again, Sports on Air. I really had fun being with you guys tonight. So yeah, good luck for the PBA draft on Sunday. And thank you to everyone who's watching. Thank
Yes.
you, bye-bye.
And sige, Ivan. In 5 seconds, you're given 5 seconds.
Wait there. Wait, I'm good. Okay. Thank you very much, Troy and Josh for joining us. Thank you as well to everyone who watched us tonight. And finally, I can rest after a long day in Zoom. Thank you very much. Good night.
And finally, the Godfather, Brian Yalo. Brian, your mic.
Sorry. Thank you again, Josh and Troy. It was another wonderful interview. It was nice talking to you guys. Good luck on Sunday, right? And I just like
Thank you.
to greet, belated happy birthday, Ernest, kay Irvin, awitin.
Happy birthday, Irvin.
Yeah, we forgot to greet him.
Oo nga.
And then to my master in Taekwondo, Jude Jestro. And special happy birthday to Faye Icasiano, the wife of my macho friend, Missy Icasiano.
Yon.
Diba? Birthday now tomorrow. Then happy anniversary, Mr. and Mrs. Ronnie Mata. Forgot to greet you also. And I'd like to invite everyone to join us tomorrow, me and Ernest, as on Tops. We have Lara the Pearl Alvarez of Wanda Apprentice as one of the special guests. And finally, on Friday, if you have time, please join us at Sports Bites Philippines as we hold another round of volleyball talks. This time we have Dr. Ian Laurel and Miss Majoy Baron of F2 Logistics. Alex, I'll see you.
There you go, Alex. Appear ka naman sa Sports on Air ulit. Book natin.
Ang hirap si Alex.
Oo. Buti, ito nga si Nikki, daming ginagawa nagawa ng oras eh. But anyway, thank you so much, everyone. And again, this is not the last rookie special that we're gonna have before the PBA draft. We will have more of rookies even after the draft. After they get drafted, we will get their experiences and how they will fit into their new team. So please, if you're new to this page, please like the page on Facebook so you can get updated on who will be our next guest. And if you're on YouTube, might as well subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell so you can also get reminded in that a social media platform. Again, this is Ernest Hernandez bidding you a very, very special message for times like these, which is just to stay safe and God bless.